Hello everyone, my name is Alex and I'm a librarian here at the Lewiston Public Library, here to talk to you a little bit about some of my favorite manga that can be found in the children's room. So first off, what is manga? Manga is graphic novels typically originally published in Japan and then brought to the US, and they are a little bit different from how a graphic novel is typically read, whereas most people are used to reading from left to right. Manga is typically read from right to left, so it can feel a little bit like reading backwards, but with some practice it can get really easy. So some of the manga that we have on the third floor that I really enjoy: Pokemon Adventures. So a lot of people are really familiar with the journey of Ash and his Pikachu as they try to stop Team Rocket. This is the journey of Red, who also has a Pikachu, and Red is also going to see a lot of familiar faces that you're used to, so there's a lot of Team Rocket, and Red is just working his way to the top to become the best Pokemon trainer that he can be and befriend a lot of Pokemon along the way. So Pokemon fans are really going to enjoy a slightly different story from what they're used to. We also have a lot of the Legend of Zelda graphic novels. So we have a lot of the different ones that come from the different video games that have been published through the years. This one happens to be for Ocarina of Time, which is one of my favorite video games. So while the story in the graphic novel does take a little bit of creative liberty, it's got a lot of the familiar things you're used to seeing from young Link, Navi the fairy, and they're working to save the princess from the evil Ganon. So that's definitely one to check out, especially if you like fantasy and adventure stories. Another familiar one that many of you are probably familiar with is YuGiOh. So we have Yugi, who has been instilled with the spirit of one of the greatest gamers of all time, whose grandfather's soul was just taken by the evil Maximilian Pegasus, and he must duel his way to the top in order to save his grandpa. We also happen to have the anime version, so if you prefer anime over the graphic novel, that's always an option for you. A recent one that I read and really enjoyed is Fluffy Cinnamoroll. So this is Cinnamoroll, who is a dog that can use its ears to fly, and he has to be brave enough to save his other fellow doggies from the troubles that they come across. They're all named after adorable either caffeinated beverages or desserts, so it's definitely a really cute one. And then I've got a couple more here. So anyone who's familiar with the Warrior series, especially the first 6 books, is probably familiar with the cat named Scourge. So this is the rise of Scourge, which sort of goes into the backstory of what led Scourge to become the evil cat that he did, and sort of goes into how he and Tiger Star had their eventual battle. I don't want to ruin it too much with spoilers, but also y'all are probably familiar with Ravenpaw. So Ravenpaw has this really great adventure after he leaves ThunderClan for good, and you can read all about that, and this is a slightly thicker one. And that's some of my favorite manga that we have in the children's collection. Definitely check in with your librarians if you are interested in any of these titles or any other titles. Have a great day!